Alright, going back to the Spectrum, I actually like this fight. This is a fight in which that you fight a Primo Geovishap, except there's no BS mechanic where your skill cooldown is actually on display. So, look at these chunky boys. Alright, so I was able to do the same amount of points as Challenge 1, but the difficulty of this fight is actually substantially easier because you actually are encouraged to, be good at the game, which actually I'm happy about, and you can totally dodge out of the things and understand how the mechanics work. There's only one undodgeable thing with the Primo Geovishap, and that is a 360 little spin move in which that he kind of tail swipes you. But otherwise, everything else can be iframed with mechanical skill, and I love it. So, let's just keep things easy as we are doing it free to play. Of course, most likely you're not going to be using the original 4 by now. However, if you are devoted to this, then you're probably better player than I am. Let's be real. But anyway, let's just keep it to 210 seconds. We're going to put our HP to 100%, and instead we're going to let's keep this a little bit. Let's keep this to this, I suppose, 20%. I'll do, let's say, 5 explosions, and characters unleashes shockwaves when they sprint. I'm going to do like 30% perhaps. And let's go with both the crowd and electro resistance because I won't be using those, I don't think. I'm just going to use Geo Traveler and Amber again, along with Noelle and Kaya, because Kaya will help you sprint. The attack will be increased by 20%, that is fine. Shield movement is fine by me as well, I don't really care. The switching characters between, it's fine, sure. And sure, I guess, why not? So we're going to be using our free-to-play squad. Kaya is going to be our main sprinter, however you can use Lisa as well. In case you want to get out of jail free card, just, use the burst, I suppose, but don't rely on that because you're probably going to get hit within the next few seconds. So, Geo Traveler is here for main damage, Amber is here for range damage in case if you find yourself using your alternative methods of ranged damage, which is actually fine. Just be careful when, of course, the Primo Geovishap goes down under and comes back up and tries to give you a rim job. Noelle is here for the shield in terms of backfiring that massive laser beam, and Kaya is here to sprint. The reason why I actually have this revival thing on cooldown is actually because I screwed up a dash in the previous event, or previous attempt with Kaya. And the reason why I say I screwed it up is because I actually couldn't see what happened, and I'll show you right now. Woo. That's scary looking. Drop another rock. Use Kaya here. Oop. Yeah. That was genuine eye rape, and I couldn't actually see where the Geovishap was coming from, so I just tried to dash preemptively, and I got punished for it. So be aware, if you're going to be summoning him down many times, he's going to be probably coming up and spewing those little mines everywhere, so just be careful and be wary of your surroundings. So I'm going to give myself some Jade Parcels, I'm going to give myself a Shield Strength food, which is this delicious triple layer consomme, or however you say it, Geo Damage bonus, and I'm also going to give myself a sort of stamina boosting food, so I'm going to eat myself some Ratatouille. And my gear is basically all revolved around DPS. I mean, why not, right? So Geo Traveler has Festering Desire, Sharpshooter's Oath on Amber, White Blind for Noelle. It doesn't matter what I have on Kaya because he is not built for this fight. Artifacts, Wanderer's Troop, 4-piece Noblesse, Retracing Bolide for the extra strength and the extra charged attack damage along with the normals because that is pretty sick on Noelle, and Braveheart on Kaya because I just put a random set on him. 222, 81111, 888, 71111, Constellation 6 Traveler. I mean, you pretty much need, you get these you literally get these for free, so I don't see a problem with this. C6 Noel, you can have C0 Noel, it doesn't make a difference. C2 Amber, but C0 Amber is just fine. And Kaya has C1, but I'm not going to be using him because, I mean, I'm not going to be using him for attack anyway. So when you start the fight, it'll just do some damage. It doesn't really matter. So just gonna shoot him in a little bit. Every little bit counts, you know? It all subtracts from some number. Iframe out of that, and it should be fine. If you're too close to him, make sure to run behind him, otherwise you're gonna get your shield torn in half. Because I speak from personal experience.
No one escapes my sights.
Run away from this one because my shield actually ran out before that actually happened, so that was actually very unfortunate, as I didn't expect him to do that. But it is something that happens, so just be careful. If you don't have a rock, just sort of dash out of it.
Someone needs assistance. I'll catch up.
Run away from this because that is undodgeable. Be careful. That is genuinely undodgeable. Be careful of these things because they're going to stay there for a long time. I'm going to start running this way because I don't want to go near that. He's probably going to do the laser beam right now. Alright, he is. I suggest timing your burst with invincibility thing because nobody likes to be hit with that cryo element. And if you don't actually do a burst there, it actually will punish you by applying whatever element is there onto you, which is very, very annoying. So I'm going to have him pop up again. He's going to do it again? Yes, he is. Okay. It's okay if he applies like, whatever to you, but I think in terms of cryo, just be careful because I hate that thing. Because, you know, you're slowed, your defense is decreased. It's just a game of cat and mouse here, and you just kind of make sure you don't fucking die, I guess. And I guess I can use these rocks to bait him out. He's gonna do it again. Yes, he is.
Leave it all to me. Time to clean up.
If you happen to be caught mid-range when it comes to with that massive flamethrower move backwards rather than sideways because you actually will get clipped and you will get your shield shred and most likely you will die.
I must leave no.
And at this point, just kind of kill him until he dies, I guess. And that should be it. So just be careful when it comes to using close range attacks, because if you stay too close to him, he'll do the 360 move, and then you can't actually dodge that. That is the one undodgeable move in this entire fight, and I suggest being very careful with it. Otherwise, that should be it. I don't think it's really much different than a standard Primo Geovishap fight, but of course within a contained arena you might have to adjust your gameplay a little bit, so just be wary of where you are at all times and where he launches the little massive, sorry, not little massive, but the massive little pimples in the floor where it just spews out whatever element he changed to. But otherwise, I don't think it's too much of a difficult fight. I actually consider it much better in terms of the first day, because the first day it had a cooldown on your elemental skill. So instead of having 6-second cooldown, I'll probably have like a 15-second cooldown, and that is not fun, especially when you're using shield characters, as that particular fight actually encouraged you to use shield characters. But in terms of this fight, it just kind of tested your mechanical skill on how well you knew Primo Geovishap, and I think that's a pretty fine parameter for setting a good boss fight. It's nothing BS where the attacks overlap and you have to rely on RNG. I'm looking at you, the Magoginki fight. But otherwise, yeah, not difficult. And I hope you guys will get plenty of points. This is not a bad fight, and I'm happy that they reverted back to reasonable parameters in this fight, and I just hope that they continue this forward. Who am I kidding? Most likely Oceanid and the second Mako Genki fight are going to be horrible. But that's all I have to say. Good luck, have fun, and I hope this guide was of help.